The teenage years. You feel invincible. You are having the most fun of your life with your closest friends. You attend school dances, sports games, and other events. You battle schoolwork, finding a balance between work and play. Everything is going well. Then tragedy strikes.
Hi, my name is Isabella Medeiros. I'm 17 years old, a junior at Rodriguez High School, and when I was 15, I was diagnosed with acute promyelocytic leukemia. Well, when I was a freshman, I was in Mr. Olson's PE class, and one day he came up to me and he was all like, "Hey, what's that bruise doing there on your leg?" And I look at my leg and I'm like, what the heck? That's odd. So I texted my mom and I told her. She's like, "Okay, just keep an eye out of it." And so that weekend, I had a Santa Cruz trip planned, so I made it to Santa Cruz, and I went on that ride where it's like the Ferris wheel, but you can go upside down, and I got off, and there is a gigantic swollen bruise on my leg, and I'm just like, this is weird. So I texted my mom, and I told her, and she's like, if you want us to come get you, text me right now. I'm going to come get you. This isn't okay. So I ended up not being picked up, but on the way home, I threw up, which was also odd because I wasn't sick. So I spent the night at my friend's house that night, and the next day I got picked up, and I got home, and I had a 104 fever, and that's when everything just kind of started setting in, spitting out blood, cuts that wouldn't heal, spotting, just a bunch of different odd things that never happened to me. So I finally went to the doctor, and they took blood tests, and she was like, she came back maybe 30 minutes later and was like, "I think our machine's broken because we can't get your counts." So they sent it over to Quest, and I went home, and my mom got a call around 4 o'clock, and she was like, "Bella, we need to rush you to the hospital." And I completely broke down. I was scared. I didn't know why I had to go to the hospital, but I did. And so about 5 minutes later, packed my bags, and my mom, my dad, and I were all off on a journey that we had no idea was coming.
Everyday life is kind of bleh for me. I mean, it was kind of just waking up and going, "Oh, I have chemo. That's great." Um, Going through treatment, I did feel a lot isolated from everybody else because while everyone else is out swimming in their pools or taking showers every night, I had to be accessed with the port right there every single week. So since my chemo was different, I had to get chemo every day. So since I had the port in every week, I couldn't get it wet, and I would get it taken out for weekends. So that was kind of like my glory days. But on the weekends, since I had chemo all week, I always felt too sick. So I could never go out and do anything. On Christmas, I was in the hospital. On my dad's birthday, I was in the hospital. For my birthday, I was sick. Everything was just kind of different for me. It was just hard to put up with. So I kind of just felt like I was kind of lost in my own world. So just kind of tried to go along with it. Getting diagnosed with leukemia kind of corrupted my social life because I couldn't go to school, so I missed many spirit weeks and many different rallies and sports events. So that was always really hard on me, especially because I didn't lose my hair. So people were like, "Oh no, she's fine. She's just overreacting," having gone through what I went through. That stuff hurts. Having people come up to me and tell me, "Oh, you know what? You probably deserve this. You like attention," and all that type of stuff. It's hurtful, You don't really want to be hearing that when your whole life is kind of tumbling down on you and you already feel like you're nothing much to begin with. So that's kind of hard, especially because still to this day I have memory loss, and people, when I get pulled to take a test in another room, they'll be like, "Oh, she's so lucky," because I honestly don't feel like I'm that lucky. It was October 2nd. I was up in my room with someone who at the time was my best friend. And my mom called me down, and I was like, "Oh God, I'm in trouble." So I was like, "Okay, you stay in here. I'm going to go downstairs." So I walk downstairs, and my whole family's kind of there. They're all staring at me, and I'm just like, "Hi, what's up?" And my mom goes, Bella, Dr. Golden just called, who's my primary doctor. And she goes, she told me that your bone marrow results came back 100% clean, so you're cancer free. And I started automatically just crying and bawling. I was like, no way, no way. So I ran up and I told my friend, we started celebrating, crying. But then it kind of, a rush of sadness kind of fell over me because it was like, I knew I had to go to chemo still the next day and I had to finish treatment, and I was just like, I know I'm cancer free, but it sucks just because I have to keep going through what I'm going through, and I just wanted it all to stop, honestly. So I ended treatment on December 31st of 2015, and that honestly felt amazing for me, just watching the last bit of the chemo go into my IV. I was just like at that moment where it was like, this is it, this is over. After this, my life, I can be me again. No more port, no more chemo, no more feeling like crap. I finally started to feel like me again. Before treatment or any diagnosis, I kind of was at that point in my life where it was all like, why am I here? Why do I keep trying so hard when like nothing I do is right, nothing goes right in my life? And then when I got diagnosed, it was like all, wow, maybe I deserved it, But the more I kept going through my journey and battling what I did, I was kind of like, wow, I obviously have some importance in life. Otherwise, nothing like this would have ever happened to me. And then I beat it, and it was like, wow, who would have known that someone who saw such little importance in her life, could do such a big thing. So now I kind of just try to live every day to my fullest and smile it out.